Hey, what is up guys? This is Sapphire Reg with my first ever Tarkov tutorial. I'm fairly new to the game as I started playing Tarkov around 2 days before the .9 wipe. I made this video with the intent of helping out the newbies who have just started to dive into Tarkov. In this video, I will be showcasing some tips and tricks that I've learned from playing and watching other streamers. All for the purpose of developing habits that are aimed to increase your overall looting efficiency and maximize your profit as you venture into Tarkov. The faster you loot, the lesser the risk of you dying. But please take note that most of these are personal preferences. If you're an OG to the game, you may have developed your own habit or style, but who knows, you might learn a thing or two with this video. The first part of this video will focus on efficiency. My first tip for newbies is to familiarize yourselves with the controls. Hop into an offline raid, adjust your sense, and rebind your controls if needed. For the looting aspect though, there are controls not listed in the control settings menu that are very important. Normally, when people loot bodies or crates, they drag one item to the other slot. Little do they know that instead of dragging, you can actually use Alt left click to auto-equip an item or Control left click to transfer the item into their backpack. However, Control left click behaves differently on different items. Example, Control left click transfers money automatically into your pouch container instead of your backpack. Now as for armor, bags, helmets, and the like, you can equip it from either your bag or the scav using Alt left click. Another unique interaction on Control left click is the nades. No matter where you're transferring the nades from, either from the rig, backpack, or the pockets, nades will automatically transfer into your pockets. Another thing you need to learn is to not search everything. Learn the art of selective searching. When looting, AI scavs only search pockets and bag unless you need the ammo on the rig. Scav pockets and bags can spawn just about anything, from keys, quest items, bitcoins, huge amounts of cash, etc. Rigs can only contain ammo. As for player scavs, search everything if you're not full, or if you have time to spare, that is. And as for PMCs, only search based on needs. Don't bother searching for bags early into the raid, since bags are usually empty. Unless if you're a bag stacker. I usually stay away from bag stacking since it slows down looting. Unless if I'm about to extract, that is. If you want grenades, try searching for pockets and rigs. Multitask and prep. When doing your searches, learn the art of multitasking. One of the things you can do is load ammo on mags while searching. Play Tetris with your backpack ahead of time in preparation for the next crate or body that you need to loot. Always place smaller guns in your backpack while having your secondary weapon always empty, just in case you find a longer and larger weapon to maximize the loot that you can carry. Folding the stock or unloading mags on some guns can make the gun smaller, so try doing these ahead of time. Now onto my second and last part of the video, maximizing profit. This part of the video involves concepts I've learned while trying to decide on which item would net me more income. The first concept would be value per sell. Always judge an item's value on a per sell basis. What do I mean by that? Example, this AK-74M sells for 63,959 and this Skiver helmet plus the face shield sells for 38,860. While the AK-74M sells more, the AK is less valuable on a per sell basis since it's an 8 sell item versus the Skiver plus face shield being a 4 sell item. In which case, the AK-74M is at 7,995 per sell while the Skiver plus face shield is at 9,715. Generally speaking, if you are choosing between 2 Skiver plus face shield helmets versus the AK-74M, always pick up 2 Skiver face shields over the AK-74M. This situation usually happens a lot on a scav boss raid or fighting versus squads. However, this concept is overruled with the intent to sell or use concept. Now, what is intent to sell or use? This basically means that the value of the item per sell would vary depending if you are intending to sell or use the item. Let's reuse the AK-74M versus Skiver face shield values as an example. The selling per sell value of a Skiver plus face shield is 9,715, while the AK-74M's selling per sell value is at 7,995. But if your go-to weapon is the AK-74M, instead of buying the weapons and all of the attachments for it, you're better off keeping the AK-74M, since the buying value of this item jumps to 18,568 rubles per sell, making it almost 2 times the Kiver plus face shield selling value. Next is to prioritize what item you should loot. Always prioritize the items that you don't have access to, and that includes quest items. Another thing you should do is to build up your item or trade knowledge. This is pretty much common sense. The more item knowledge you have, the better you can maximize your profit. Pay close attention to traders' selling or buying price and the best trades available. Sometimes you can even combine attachments or mod guns in raid to free up more space. Can't take the whole gun because you're out of space? I'll take the suppressor instead. Last but definitely not the least, just use the wiki, my dudes. EFT's wiki contains all of the necessary info that you need as you progress into the game. I've added the link in the description below, plus a few other resources new players can use. Thank you everyone who watched. Like if you like, dislike if you don't. Subscribe to keep yourself posted. I also stream on Twitch, so definitely please do check that out. If you have tips or tricks, feel free to leave a comment below for the newbies. If you want to request any videos, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoy and maybe learned a thing or two. Also, one very important thing.